Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales. Have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever felt like there's got to be more than life than the reality that you see every day? Tune in weekly, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays as we crack the codes to freedom in every area of your life. Hello, welcome to Code Freedom. This is Eddie Bales, and this is the first episode. I'm super excited to be with you guys. It also is my birthday. I'm 39 today, and I tell you, for the last 5 years, I've been addicted to podcasts. And so, hey, it's get her done in 21, right? So finally decided to just go ahead and do it. And so I'm excited to be able to share this podcast with you guys. Just felt like I had a lot of value to give, and I don't want to keep it bottled up inside. But also, it's about legacy. I want to leave a mark for my children's children, and just want to give as much as I can, pour it out, leave it all out, and not take it to the grave with me, if that makes sense. So you may be asking, who am I? Well, I'm a man of God. I love Yahweh. I believe, that there's only one way to the Father, and that's through Yeshua, also known as Jesus Christ. But I'm also a husband. Actually, next week is our anniversary, so it'll be 10 years. So January is a busy month. My wife's birthday is on the 11th. My birthday is today, and then we celebrate our anniversary on the 22nd, and it'll be 10 years. So super duper excited about that. I'm also a father. We call ourselves bonus parents to our nephew, who is 8 years old. And oftentimes, even to do this podcast, I have to hide somewhere because typically my nephew is playing video games and yelling at the screen as if, it's going to say something back to him. But, he's passionate about those video games. I'm also an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur for over 18 years, really more than that. I've been enamored and infatuated with business and entrepreneurship at a young age. And we'll talk a lot about that as well. In fact, one of my mentors, he said something the other day that I thought was so powerful. A quote, he says, if you live in America and you don't own a business, you've given up your right to be free. And that just speaks volumes to even this podcast as we talk about Code Freedom. So I'm also someone that just loves self-growth, leadership, personal development, because I believe that, when we get better, everything around us gets better. And that's one reason why I'm also addicted to self-growth. That's why what led me to podcasts is because I love information and knowledge and wisdom and understanding. And even the Bible talks about that. Getting understanding and being wise. So I just want to, again, pour back out, bring more value, and give as much as I can give, because I feel like I have so much to give, right? So I'm excited. I'm excited that you guys are here with me. But that's enough about me. Today, let's talk about you a little bit. Ask yourself, who am I, right? And so we're going to talk a little bit about purpose, and I'm not going to. I can go a deep dive into purpose, and really kind of shift and talk more in detail about that. But today, I thought I'd talk in general terms because I do realize that there are a lot of people out there who have purpose. They feel like they're destined to do something, but they don't quite know what it is or how to get there. And Dr. Miles Monroe, one of my favorite quotes he says is, where purpose is unknown, abuse is inevitable. And so you have a lot of folks out there who are just kind of meandering through life because they don't know what their purpose is. They don't know what their calling is. They don't know the right direction to go in. And so, not that I have all the answers at all, but I feel like maybe I can share some things. In fact, I want to share 3 things that I think can even help with that. And so one thing you may want to ask yourself is, what do you hate? What makes you angry and frustrated, and you spot it from a mile away, and it just really just turns your nose up a little bit. One of the things that makes me angry is seeing people live beneath their purpose. Seeing people live below who they're called to be. Seeing people in bondage, that really boils my skin because I just believe that we are the head and not the tail. We are above and not beneath. We are the lenders and not the borrowers. And sometimes it just takes somebody calling it out for us to realize that, wait a minute, why am I living like this? Hence, here we are with Code Freedom, right? But also, what makes you happy? There's something that you just get true joy and passion from doing it. Uh, Matter of fact, you love it so much, it takes us to the third question is what would you do for free? What would you do every day, um, and just because you love it? And you don't have to necessarily worry about the income of it because you just truly love it. Now, I'm not saying to do it for free, but certainly you should have something that you just love so much that you just really enjoy it, right? So those are just three things that maybe can help you identify a little bit of what direction to go in, what your purpose may be. Um, and with that, you know, you can spot it out. Like you could almost meet somebody, and if they have something like, okay, let me just say it this way. What is something also that people come to you about? They always seem to have this certain challenge, and they come to you about it because they know that you could help them with it. And it seems like everyone comes to you on this one topic or this one thing. That may be part of your purpose, right? And so I challenge you to go through some self-discovery, especially in this new year, as we're starting out, because at the end of the year, things could be drastically different for you just based on you deciding to go in the direction that you're called to live. One of the things you'll probably hear me say a lot in these episodes to come is that I want you to live life by design and not by default. And I find a lot of people live the life that they're given and not the life that they were called to have, if that makes sense. So, again, I'm super excited to be here with you guys with this episode. We're going to talk about a lot of topics. We're going to talk about relationships. We're going to talk about finances. We're going to talk about health. We're going to talk about mental, right? Because all of these are related to freedom. All these have their own codes, and we want to make sure that you can navigate through those things. Also, we'll have some guest speakers and some interviews and stuff like that. So we're gonna have a lot of fun. So just stick with me. We're gonna hope you guys enjoy it. Feel free to take a screenshot of the podcast and share it on Instagram and tag me in it. Right, we'll also be doing some prizes and things like that. But share it with your friends. I hope that you get value from it. Today's more of an introductory podcast, but I just wanted to just introduce myself and just kind of let you guys know who I am and what you could expect from this podcast. By the way, I'm born in Buffalo, living in South Carolina now. But definitely a world traveler. In fact, just came back from Mexico last week. Of course, socially distancing with the pandemic and all, but had a blast. But I'm back refreshed and rejuvenated. And so ready to just really take it to a whole nother level in 21. And I hope you guys are willing to do the same. So again, thank you once again that you even, I'm honored that you would even want to listen to this podcast. And I hope you guys get a ton of value from it. And I'm just excited to be here. And let's go for a journey as we go on this journey of this code freedom. Take care.